At this point, I've already demonstrated my scholasticism, my superior intellect, my refined articulation, capacities, abilities. But moving forward, I don't have to really do that now, do I? We all know what level and what depth Sheikhy really can take this to. I just prefer to keep the dynamic colloquial. I don't like to move into pretension and all that other shit. I say all of that to say is like, I grew up around some real niggas, bro. Some real thoroughbred nigga shit. You feel me? And I'm not downplaying it, saying nothing else besides I come from a very specific set of cultural parameters, right? Human behavior sets, thinking patterns, values, X, Y, Z. So my whole war has been on, it's a personal war because everybody says the war is with self. I must win the war with myself. I'm at war with myself. Is conquering the poverty mindset. Is conquering the way of being, the way of living that I was incarnated around and almost absorbed in. Whatever why your world is yours. I hate you broke ass niggas. I hate you dope head ass niggas. I hate that shit, bro. I really hate poverty, bro. There's nothing good about it. All the conditions suck. The housing sucks. The spaces suck. The conditions fucking suck. The material existence fucking sucks. And I was just smart enough to deviate, elevate, and get my mind straight. Now, I say this because recently I got back from Miami. It's summertime, it's New York. I'm just paying attention to what New York really does, right? So Sheikhy goes into his ecological analysis, his sociological self, and his anthropological self, and he's studying the human behavior patterns. And for like a week straight, bro, everybody's outside smoking, drinking, night after night, big gatherings, you know, and I get it because New York is fucking cold all winter. So now that we could be outside, we outside, right? I get it. Yeah, you want to come out the crib. But to do that is crazy, right? Then the other day was quote-unquote Juneteenth. So Juneteenth now I recognize is a national holiday, a federal holiday. Shouts out. Juneteenth, I believe, is, you know, the day the slaves were freed or some shit like that. I don't really give a fuck about the holiday. I really don't give a fuck about it. You feel me? Try me. I don't give a fuck about it. But Juneteenth was a thing for everybody. So all the African Americans, quote unquote, self-identifying black people who identify whatever the fuck Juneteenth is, are celebrating. And these are the same people, right? Real nigga shit. Same people who claim that there's systemic oppression. These are the same people who claim that the world is against them. It's the same people who feel like they're owed something better in life, right? Because of slavery. You know, somebody even got in my comments and was like, oh, do you have reverence for your ancestors? Because I was talking about how a motherfucker is as slave-minded as a motherfucker. CEO mindset versus slave mindset. When nobody's around, are you really doing the work well? Or when massa comes back, everybody's back to doing their work correctly, right? Slacking when nobody's around. Somebody commented on that, says my ancestors. I said my ancestry encompasses the entirety of the human genome. And what I really wanted to comment is the entirety of the human genome, the human race, and preceding before that. Life, homie. Universe, cosmos, best kept secret, homie. Anyway, everybody identifying with Juneteenth and all this other shit. And these people really feel like they're owed something because of slavery. And they really feel like the world is against them. And they really feel like race, all this other shit. And it's true, like, you know, racism is a thing. It's just teamism, really. Like, it's familyism on a macro scale. There's mad levels to understanding what racism really is. But regardless, one of my biggest awakenings at the onset of my evolution, my healing, my ascendancy, was recognizing that I was oppressing myself. Everybody looks outside the world, looks outside to the outside world, and tries to find reasons and seeing how people are oppressing them to blame other people. I looked at my own habits. I said, dude, you said you wanted to do this, 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 and this. You didn't get that done. You oppressed yourself. You are sitting here smoking whatever I was smoking. It could have been an actual cigarette. It could have been an e-cigarette. It could have been some weed. It could have been weed with the fronto, weed with the grabba. I could have been drinking, indulging in substances and vices. You're oppressing yourself. You're intoxicating yourself. You're compromising not only your biological and cellular integrity, psychosomatics, mind and body. You're compromising your brain, the structural integrity of your brain, by using these chemicals, and thus corroding your own mind, which is a phenomenon produced by the brain, right? So the mind and the brain aren't the same thing. Here to teach the intelligent people. So I said, yo, you oppress yourself. And I remember I was walking with my homie back in 2020. There was these two girls walking, two women. You know, he started a conversation with them. We were walking and talking with them. And they're African-American. One of them was like East African. The other one wasn't African-American. African-American one was like such and such and such, oppression, oppression, oppression. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. I'm like, but you drunk and you oppress yourself. I can't oppress myself. Whoa, buddy. So there are people in this world who believe that they can't oppress themselves. So, and that doesn't, just because somebody says they can't oppress themselves or they believe that doesn't make it true. You can fully still oppress yourself. Plenty of people oppress themselves daily, right? Just because you say you believe that, so now we understand that just because you believe some shit doesn't make it true, right? You can believe some shit that's not true. You can believe a lie. You can believe false information. Anyway, I'm watching everybody and I'm like, this is crazy. Everybody's talking about freedom. Everybody's talking about this. So I'm really in the back of my mind on some boondock shit where I've been compared to Huey a lot, right? Like the main character, the Boondocks. You know, I used to even have a little afro when I was like 13 and shit. Intellectual, strong-minded, you know, straight out the hood. But at the same time, I got this Uncle Ruckus narrative in my head where I'm like, these niggas, boom, 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 but it's real though. It's real though. So, here nor there, I'm not making this a racial thing. I'm just using this as an example of looking at how people really treat their lives and how people navigate existence. And it's really pissing me off to be in New York and to see people out in such great numbers indulging in debauchery, low-level shit at any opportunity. But at the same time, talking about they want better for themselves, they seek better for themselves, the system is oppressing them, all this shit, right? What the fuck? Whatever you why your world is yours, consider the vibrations raised. There's a lot of dumb nigga shit going on, you feel me? And I'm just concerned because these people are the most proximal humans to me, apparently in incarnation. So, you know, I gotta kind of deal with you motherfuckers, right? Here nor there. Y'all gotta do better, y'all gotta be better. You know, and at the end of the day, sure, I can make this about black liberation and some civil rights bullshit. I'm not doing that. Because I live on the scale of the universal. Now, a lot of people can be like, well, you're blah, 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 turning your back on your people. My people, I'm an inhabitant of the universe. I'm living on a different scale of identification than you. You believe in an identity that was given to you by the people you say are oppressing you, and your identity was created by people who you claim are oppressing you, so your actual identity is oppressive to yourself, right? So I'm already outside of that whole dynamic looking at it and just delivered it to you. I don't participate in that shit. You know, I'm not saying I'm not black, I'm OJ. I'm not black, I'm Sheikhy. I'm just saying that on a higher objective scale of self-identification, you choose to have a self-limiting belief, which is that you're black and that you're in America and that this and this and this and this and this. And then you play that role out and that limits all of your behavior patterns. And then you also believe in being a quote-unquote real nigga. And what a real nigga does is, you know, got the, I used to sag my pants, I used to smoke the weed, I got the grills. You feel me? It's levels to this shit. It's cultural artifacts, right? Whatever, why your world is yours. You know, so for everybody who's not black, right? Pay attention to this. The purpose of this message, the extract from this message, is that in a world full of people who complain about how the world is against them, irrespective of what group is saying what group is oppressing them, period. In a world full of people who make excuses to be less, why they're less, by blaming other people and shit, other circumstances, look at your own habit patterns and recognize that you oppress yourself. Stop oppressing yourself. That's what it begins with. When you say you're gonna wake up in the morning on time to go do certain things, constructive activities to develop yourself, and you don't, you've oppressed yourself. When you say that you're not going to indulge in intoxicating, self-destructing, self-sabotaging behaviors such as drinking, smoking, etc., you're gonna stay sober, and then you don't, you have oppressed yourself. So even if the entire world oppresses you, right? You have to be able to get down to the responsibility level of, I don't give a fuck if the entire world is against me. I'm not against me. And I don't give a fuck if the whole entire world is for me or isn't for me. I'm 100% for me. You see what I'm saying? Whatever, why your world is yours. I got me. And I won't oppress me. I haven't. Whatever, why. This is what it starts with. So you look at your habit patterns. Why don't you have any money? You're useless as fuck. Go make yourself useful and go earn some money. You can't afford what you want to afford. You can't eat what you want to eat, sleep where you want to sleep, wear what you want to wear, go where you want to go when you want to go there. You should fix that. To not have money is an expression of self-hate. Take care of yourself, right? So I'm watching all these people waiting for the world to take care of them. I don't want the world to take care of me. I want to take care of myself and take care of the world. You can't take care of anything higher than the level you take care of yourself. So if you suck at taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else good, right? So a lot of y'all think y'all are self-sacrificing. A lot of y'all think that, you know, y'all are people-pleasing. You're just seeking attention through other people and validation through other people. You're not even people-pleasing. You're just seeking validation. Stop doing that, because you're not helping anybody and you're suffering at the same time and you're showing up as a piece of shit. Develop yourself and really take care of yourself. In a world full of people who have all these weird-ass narratives and these weird-ass false psychological assumptions, you should really read The Best Kept Secret. You know, read it, listen to it, truly understand it. Read to comprehend, don't read to consume. You know, choose to not oppress yourself and choose to live the best life that you're meant to live. I mean, it's not a sales pitch. This is just common sense. Evolution is the only mental health. So, you know, and mental health is a very scarce thing on this planet. There are people with money who are mentally unhealthy. There are people without money. There are people who are sober, who are mentally unhealthy. You have to be sober, fit, enlightened, and rich all at the same time, with no intrapersonal issues to the point where you're out of your way and you create the life that you want to live. Consider the vibrations raised. I love and appreciate y'all. Get on a program. Learn how to think. Your habits are fucked up. And more importantly, your thought habits are fucked up. I'll make a video about this next. But recognize this. Intelligence is everything. And life is one big ass intelligence test. And prosperity is the only sign of intelligence. Poverty is the proof of poor intelligence. To know the proper choice and to not make the proper choice is an even higher degree of poor intelligence, because life is an intelligence test. It's a multiple choice test. and you knew the answer was A, but you still chose to answer with B, that's extremely fucking stupid. Whatever you are, your world is yours. You thought the wrong choice was better than the right choice. And that type of choice indicates that you are poor. Intelligence. Consider the vibrations raised. Real intelligence recognizes real intelligence and seeks to become more intelligent. Stupid people, poor people, arrogant people think they got it figured out when we all know, including them, that their life is fucked up. Who are you gonna be? Like I said, I operate from the universal scale. I don't really care to make this about any particulars. I don't operate on particulars. Each individual is responsible for their own salvation. I'm not coming down anymore. I'm not coming down to the child and trying to get them to understand shit. If you don't get it, you're gonna be fucked over in life, bro. Life is gonna be really fucking hard for you. Life is gonna be really hard for you if you don't get it, and if you don't get that you need help and that you need to come up. We don't come down anymore. God doesn't ever give a fuck about the individual. Fuck your life. But when you seek the higher is ready for you. But you have to be ready for the higher. Consider the vibrations raised.